Crank up the TV and get ready to bust a move because it's the funniest pets and people, music, and dance extravaganza. Featuring a beatboxing bow wow, a bird wings out, a bow-tied bopping baby, a fast fiddling Fido, an occurrence at Duck Creek Bridge. And a double threat makes triple time. On the funniest pets and people, music and dance extravaganza. It's the show that will have you sing, stay, laugh, and beg for more. Welcome to Funniest Pets and People. It's important to practice every single day, like these folks. You've heard the baby elephant walk, right? Well, let me introduce you to the golden retriever walk. Goodness gracious, great yowls of fire! Now we've got Gilbert on the keyboard and Carlos on strings. Man, if they could just find a chick that sings, they could hit the studio. And maybe a pigeon that drums? Now, we're not sure if he's a violinist who hula hoops or a hula hooper who violins, but either way, he is a natural-born entertainer. Sort of. So how does Jake time his music so perfectly? Well, he uses his tail as a metronome. It looks to me like he's doing 2/4 time. Good pacing. He could use a pitch pipe, however.
Chihuahua Jack Russell, burrito, and he would like to demonstrate the drums. Hit it. Hit it. Hit it.
Now, all dogs can scratch when they itch, but this hip-hop hound is scratching the turntable and making everybody else's legs thump to the beat. Degree of difficulty, 1,000. Degree of necessity, well, that's debatable. Okay, guess what Timmy wants to be when he grows up? An adult. Of course, then he would have to give up doing silly things like this, right? Or would he?
Jellybean! Hey, are you playing the drums?
Some people march to the beat of their own drummer.
Jellybean, are you playing the drums?
For everyone else, there is Jellybean here.
Jellybean!
He is happy to drum for you, so march away.
You playing the drums for me?
Ladies and gentlemen, the Barking Tabernacle Choir. Thank you, Maestro. Some people just have a knack for being a one-hit wonder. His piano playing was marginal at best. It was his showmanship that made this golden oldie hit the top of the charts.
Bye-bye.
Nobody could follow the thriller. Betty's owner is wishing us a Merry Christmas. Betty is wishing she would stop wishing us a Merry Christmas. Wow, wishes really do come true.
Okay, good girl.
Ah, here we have very rare footage of Angela Bassett Hound's audition for What's Fur Got to Do with It? You know, the allure of fame can be more enticing than a juicy T-bone steak. Roscoe wanted to be famous so badly that he locked himself in the attic and he vowed not to come out until he had written a hit song. My, how the mighty have fallen, huh? Just a few years ago, when Husky's hit song was at the top of the charts, he was staying in the finest of hotel suites. Now he is singing the Man, There Are Too Many Animals in This Bed blues. But when Man, There Are Too Many Animals in This Bed becomes a huge hit, well, Husky will be right back to eating caviar out of a silver dish. You know, there are some high-pitched frequencies that only dogs can hear. Unfortunately for all of us, Jimmy isn't hitting any of those right now. Jimmy is hitting the notes we all can hear. Coming up, a puffin readies for takeoff. And the Lone Deranger. Hi-ho, Silver, away! When we return to Funniest Pets and People. Welcome back to the Funniest Pets and People Music and Dance Extravaganza. You'll do 4 clips to the right and then 3 clips to the left. Come on, everybody, dance! Barbara and Steve opted for this dance over the Hokey Pokey because they thought the Hokey Pokey was, you know, too embarrassing. Well, who's embarrassed now? Who says breakdancing is a thing of the past? This dog is bringing it back by kicking it old school.
Here's the remote. Here we're chillin'. Bust the rap. No more illin'. Spin. Chill. The other way. Home girl. Spin it the other way.
The only dance this doggy can't do is the running man because, you know, he's a dog. Slim here is doing a little Texas two-step, which is no small feat when you're used to dancing on 4 paws. The easiest way to be described as a dancer who is light on their feet is to be made out of feathers and flap your wings, right? Dance rule number 43. When he says he is going to spin you left, be sure and ask, your left or my left? Can you spot the real party animal in this scene? Yep, that was an easy one. Clearly, it is the dude who is third in line. That was almost too easy. The downside to dancing with a wrestler? Well, he thinks dancing is 2 out of 3 falls. They say you should work like you don't need the money, love like you've never been hurt, and dance like no one's watching. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta let your freak feather fly. So who would get to play Kris Kringle and hand out the presents this year? Well, clearly they both wanted to, but would it be Jimmy or Roxy? Looks like they're gonna settle this once and for all with a good old-fashioned dance-off. Hey, well, you know, maybe they could alternate. With his wife out of town on a business trip, Roger gets to do all the things she hates. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Dolores would have put a stop to this almost immediately. And who could blame her? The most fun ever for girls and boys is when they are treated to musical toys. It's really cute the first 100 times, okay? Still adorable the next 100. And I'll give you that it's even mildly amusing for the next 500 times. But it's like December 26th. Take out the batteries and put it away. Now. Forget the movie version. This is the real Doggy Beethoven.
Come on, play it nice, play it nice. You're a good boy, keep playing. Let's go.
I need to go out. Yes, you too can learn to play the drums like a duck in the new video, Busking for Breadcrumbs. Available wherever finer videos are sold. You know, it's always the same with these goofy things. They're so cute in the store that you just gotta have one, and then you get it home. And you want to hit it with a hammer.
Hold it there. Play. Hold it straight. You got it?
That sound you're hearing is Stradivarius rolling over in his grave.
You want to sing too?
Or, you know, it could be the sound of him tapping his foot to the music. Coming up, a bird who feels he has heard enough. And a kid who will do anything just to be heard. When we return to Funniest Pets and People. Welcome back to the funniest pets and people music and dance extravaganza. The only thing keeping me from making the band is not knowing how to play an instrument. And were it not for that, I'd be awesome.
He got them losing all his feathers, exposed to all the weathers, trying to avoid the orange sauce blues. Oh, yeah.
Roscoe liked to use the piano to find his vocal range. He was somewhere between an A flat and a D, really, really, really flat. The best thing about writing really short songs is that you don't mind playing them twice. Less really is more. Ah, the yodel. Somewhere between singing and howling. And it sounds like Jerry hit the sweet spot right in the middle. Look, it's the Boogie Woogie Bugle Pup from Company Flea. Dilly was perched there just in case Carla made any mistakes. Sounds good. Sounds good. Oh, there's a clinker.
I've told you 100 times, the note is an A flat, not a B sharp. Try it again.
There's an old saying in show business, if you can't be good, at least be loud. Luckily for Timmy, he happens to be both. He's got the beat, she's got the beat, I've got the beat. You got the beat? Hey, we got the beat. This bird's got two moves. There's the down under, and the frozen swoop. And the ladies eat it up with a spoon.
Let's sing. Sing for Daddy.
These guys told Mom there's no rush getting the radio fixed. They just sing and entertain everybody themselves, which made Mom realize there was a huge rush to get the radio fixed. Miracle is the world's only feline piano teacher. If you hit a wrong note, she gently raps you across the knuckles with her tail. Doesn't hurt, but it gets the point across. I'm watching you. Regina has really got some serious dance moves going on, and her baby sister wants to be just like her. But baby sister already has one move that Regina doesn't even do. It's called the look out! Anyone can sound good when their voice is run through a synthesizer and technologically enhanced. The true measure of an artist is when they can sing a cappella. Inky has left the building. Barbara loves rock bands like Quiet Riot. This is not what they mean when they use the phrase headbanger. Could someone please get Barbara a baby aspirin or a helmet? Coming up, if only we could get Lil Stevie to come out of his shell. When we return to Funniest Pets and People. Welcome back to the Funniest Pets and People Music and Dance Extravaganza.